Knitting techniques. The knit right loop increase. English style, left-handed. To download a guide with our 5 favorite tips to improve your knitting right now, visit newstitchaday.com/5knittips. For this tutorial, you'll need the following materials: a pair of knitting needles, and a ball of yarn. A special thanks to our sponsor Lion Brand for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their Lion's Pride Woolspun, available exclusively at Michael's Craft Stores and lionbrand.com, in the color Taupe. The knit right loop increase is a method of shaping your fabric by adding a stitch to it. Now this is my favorite type of increase because it's basically invisible. While you can see that there are stitches being added right here, the fabric is very smooth and flat, and there's not any really large gaps where we're placing the increases. So this is why I prefer to use this increase over any other increase. Now the right loop increase is going to create a right leaning increase. Okay, you can see that these stitches are going this direction. Obviously if you're left-handed, then it's going to go the other direction. In your patterns, it's not usually going to specify this specific increase. It will probably say make one, but if you are making something where you definitely want to have stitches that are going to the right, particularly if you're doing like a top-down hat or maybe a top-down sweater, this is a great way to do your increases, and you can match this with a left loop increase as well. So if this is specified in your pattern, it will be abbreviated KRL. So let me show you how we do this. Alright, so I've knit to the point where we're going to place our increase, and for this stitch we are going to, for step 1, take our working needle and we're going to pick up the loop right underneath the stitch, this first stitch here on our main needle. Okay, so we can see this loop is coming around that stitch on the bottom. We're going to pick this up and we're going to place it onto our main needle. And then for step 2, we're just going to knit that stitch. Okay, now we're knitting this on the right side of this stitch here, and then you'll just continue knitting in your pattern like so. So let me do that for you again one more time. Okay, so we're just going to pick up the loop here from the right side, and we're going to place that onto our main needle, and then we will knit that stitch just as it is. Okay, and then we will knit the next stitch like normal as well. So there we have it. Simple as that. That's how we do the right loop increase. Hey, I'm Johnny Vasquez, founder of New Stitch a Day and your teacher for this tutorial. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to learn from us. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, we produce new content every single day. Hence, New Stitch a Day. You can click the subscribe button so that you don't miss a single stitch. And if you click one of the links to the side here, you can see the previous stitch in our series or the next stitch in our series. And if you click this link, you'll be able to see one of my favorites. And don't forget, you can also download a PDF with the written instructions for this tutorial by clicking or using the URL link that's on the screen. Again, I want to thank you so much for learning with us, and I hope that we've helped make your knitting and crochet skills a little bit better today. Yarn on!